Obviously, very impressive win for the program. I'm excited for our players. The work that they put in, throughout the whole summer and into the fall with our practices and facing a lot of adversity early in the season, a lot of tough games. I think it's prepared these guys for this moment. It's exciting to beat a ranked opponent here. Certainly, it's a win that kind of sends a message. That we're getting close with what we're trying to do, and it's the best defense that I've been a part of since I've been here. The guys really were up for the challenge at that end of the floor, and when you need to beat a team like Texas A&M with the talent that they have, your defense has to be ready, and I thought it was tonight. And we did a great job holding them to the percentages that they shot in the game, and just loved how we came out in the first half. The guys, defensively again with great energy. I thought we had more energy, and then guys stepped up. Cody's first half was really good. Some of the shots that he made got us going, and and then in the second half, Willie Atwood, just with his foul issues he dealt with, he was still able to put together the type of half that we need, and another career high for him, and he's worked exceptionally hard, so I'm happy for him as well.
What kind of identity, Bobby, do you think you guys are forming at this point?
Well, I just think we have some tough guys, and I think it started inside out. I think we were good around the basket on defense in the first half with Eric and Obi and Savon and Willie and those guys. They set the tone in there where it's not easy to score on us inside. And then Jerry's toughness on the perimeter, guarding, one of the better wing players that we'll face this year in House, and he's a projected NBA guy. So for him to play that type of defense on him was pretty special for Jerry tonight.
It's obviously really early in the season, but do you take satisfaction that so far all this talk about the non-conference schedule being so challenging is really panning out?
If you've looked at how we played this year, we've almost stepped up and played better in these type of games than some of our other opponents, and sometimes it's human nature to maybe not to get more excited to play a certain team. So I think that we have an older team. They want to taste what it's like to play in meaningful games, and that's why we did what we did. And it looks like so far it's been a good call, and we still have a lot more ahead of us.
You had a lot of contributors tonight. How much of an advantage do you see in the fact that you don't have really one true superstar on this team, but any guy could step up on any night?
The guys are playing very unselfishly, and our assist totals have been going up the last two games. Our turnovers have been, we've held them down. We've talked about the balance on offense. Coming into a game, I don't know who the guy's going to be, and that's a little bit unsettling for me, maybe not necessarily knowing, but it's also exciting to see who that guy could be, and to have 5 guys scoring double figures again. I would imagine it's hard to game plan and know where the threat would be when we step on the floor offensively.
You guys are talking about how they were able to play freely without having to look over their shoulder. How much focus do you put in on instilling confidence and letting them play free?
Well, we have a structure in place, and we want to let the guys play within the structure, and know that if they have an open shot, that we have confidence that it's a good shot for us to take. And I don't feel like any of our players feel like, if anything, there were a couple of times where I encouraged guys to want to shoot the ball, in the second half, because when you have that big lead, sometimes you just want to protect it, and I don't know if we were playing as aggressive as we were at earlier stages of the game.
Let's cut it to 8 there at the end, and you guys really needed the basket. Trey got the little floater in the lane, and then came back and made a nice pass. That's like the 3rd time we've seen
It's been his calling card of what he's been doing, Trey, and down the stretch of games, closing out games. You gotta, he's a playmaker, and he's playing fearlessly, and again, he came through with some big shots, and then he had to handle the ball the majority of the time against their pressure when they're trying to get back in the game.
So you said outside shooting, something you guys hadn't fully gotten in the game yet, but half your made shots tonight were threes. How big was outside shooting tonight?
It was really good, particularly in the first half, and then in the early stages of the second half. I don't think we we shot it as well maybe the last 13 or 14 minutes, and that I think a lot of those were open looks too. We didn't connect. So I think I still don't feel we have shot it the way we're capable, even though we had 10 threes tonight.
You've gone this bigger lineup here in the last few games. What have you liked about that?
I just think Willie has embraced it. Willie is thriving in it because of his his ability to go inside and rebound and score in the paint, and then he could also shoot. So it's and then it's given us more size in the lane on defense, and it's just given us an edge in games where we're not shooting well. Those guys all go to the glass real hard, so it's working out well. And then I feel like I have confidence going to my bench. The way Cody's playing, Andre Spite, Obi, the minutes he's given us. So all these guys are really producing that I'm bringing in the game. So it's been pretty good.
Kind of nice to see the student turnout and their enthusiasm tonight as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I hope that we could build on that, and that it will continue to, to get better, and people will see that it's exciting to watch, particularly how we played in the first half against a really good team, and certainly the students were behind us, and it was great. I would imagine that people would be more interested to want to take a run over to Wells Fargo and see what's going on over here.
18 fouls tonight. Is that around the number you're looking for? Still too many?
You said 18?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought, like, the way we started the second half, we were very aggressive, and we didn't foul them, and they fouled us a lot, and that was big, too. So I didn't really have, that much of an issue with anything regarding officiating.
Why have Obi and Savon been so good on the glass despite mostly being undersized in almost every game?
I mean, Obi and Savon both play a lot bigger than their size, and they're very unique, and they're tough guys. They're not they're not soft, so they're ready for whoever's in front of them, and they believe in themselves, and so I'll line up with them any day. Those two.
Anything else?
As far as the pace and the flow of your offense, like Cody, Trey, and Jerry showed that they could knock down big shots early in the clock, but is it something where would you prefer them to kind of just there were a lot of possessions but went down towards like the end of the clock? Is that just kind of like an ideal situation?
I think as the game progressed, and some of it's on me, is I was trying to shorten the game, and I was discouraging maybe the guys from attacking and just to try and hold the margin and get longer possessions of offense, make them continue to guard us, and so I brought us deep into shot clocks more than the players did. That's something that I'll take a hit on that, but otherwise I felt like that was just normal.